yeah, my name's Alan and I'm the alter and I'm responsible for trauma. These people used to get locked up in asylums, now they get TikTok accounts. It's mental. These people, I despise these people with every fibre of my being. This is like fake. This is bullshit. This is complete bullshit, okay? It's an act. It's so obviously an act. It's Mizkiff. It's DiD Mizkiff. What the f? File. File.
Sincere as possible.
Maybe we've been a bit, guys. Maybe we've been a bit hasty. Let's just. What were those Patreon tiers again? What was the top tier? What happens if one of the alters likes dog? No, I wanted to watch this. Who knows about this? TikToker fakes Tourette's. Who knew? I literally found out about this today. I had no fucking clue about this, but I found out about it. I watched like a 10-minute video about it and watched some reactions. But check this out. This is a crazy story.
One person intrigued the TikTok world when they were willing to share their vulnerable side, showing a supposed illness they had been fighting for years. But most viewers felt something was off.
Send me to Canada!
They had been fighting for years.
Like, even if you don't have Tourette's or anything about it, surely you would know that's fake. It's so obviously fake. That's not how Tourette's works. You don't just walk along and go, oh, I chugged something. That's not how it fucking works. It's so obviously fake. How did anyone believe this shit?
But most viewers felt something was off.
Send me to Canada!
Yeah, this does scream very fake.
She was literally mocking the disease and then had the audacity to claim she was advocating for awareness. But this illness can vary person to person. My girlfriend doesn't believe it's fake, so now I care way more than I should about this. This confusion spiraled into an internet witch hunt, and people...
Well, no, I'm not a doctor. I just know a little bit about Tourette's. And the idea that it would present itself as looking in an envelope going pew, pew, pew is fucking wild. And then putting the thing on your head and saying some stupid comment. That's not how Tourette's works at all. It's just complete bullshit.
Were positive they found evidence.
Hello, and welcome to the first video from Stardust Fiber Studio.
Some would go as far to say they have been exploiting people with this illness. So far that a petition has been started. Alleged family members have joined the conversation, and they are ready to expose the truth. Why did this TikToker need to prove the world of their disease?
Please do not send any hate. I don't know about that. Well, actually, I don't.
This
That's bad.
TikToker's content made them an unofficial spokesperson for Tourette syndrome.
Hello.
But when the spokesperson for Tourette syndrome.
Hello.
How did anyone believe this? This person had like a big TikTok account, didn't they? They had like lots of followers.
But when the community they're supposed to represent turns against them, I find it so embarrassing to see Tix and Roses act like this. It's stigmatizing, and nothing they say is adding up.
While some people do cuss with Tourette, I am a part of the group that does not. The mouse ran up the clock. It stole his...
Viewers are left with one question. Who is the real Emerald Rose?
Hello and happy Pride to all of our pagans and witches.
There are fucking so many accounts like this. The thing is it's great to get the expose on this one. What about the fake DID accounts? Those fake DID accounts are fucking rife. And they're all sat there going, oh, yeah, my name's Alan and I'm the alter and I'm responsible for trauma in the fucking, whatever it's called. What is it? The fucking harem of retardation that I've got in my brain. Like, fuck off. It's all bullshit. Like, we need more exposés on these freaks
that are in the community. Because I also have fibromyalgia.
I want to pour the contents of your mind into a glass and drink you in.
Authenticity. This is what drew people to Emerald Rose's TikTok page. Through the account Ticks and Roses, Emerald gave their followers access to their daily life as a content creator with Tourette syndrome, a condition characterized by uncontrollable outbursts of sound or movement known as tics. Admirably, Emerald's videos didn't edit around their condition. They unapologetically put their Tourette's in the spotlight.
So this one isn't fake. Oh, what's the goblin? The goblin TikTok. Gerblin. No, Gerblin. The Gerblin TikTok. The Gerblin. The Gerblin TikTok. This person is actually autistic. It's not fake, I don't think, but...
Lemon cake!
I thought of this.
Prepare the firebox. Sure to wash your disgusting Gerblin hands.
Thank you for the $5.
Zest the sour boy. Yeah. Sweet rocks. And now incorporate. Hello? Woo! Lemony snicket. Rectangular prisms. Twice. Seems like a lot, but what do I know? It's so fluffy! Chimkin balloon.
I would rather my kids watch Hitler speeches than this. If I was given a choice, I do not want them to watch this shit. This is like brain rotting content. It's unreal.
But one at a time. Lorp. I should have used a bigger bowl. There we go. We eat that we shall eat. Baking of power. The tears of racists called out in the media.
These people used to get locked up in fucking asylums. Now they get TikTok accounts. It's mental.
Whiskey and the buttery moo. Unionize. Ooh. Time for a hot date. Hasta la pasta. Whiskey. Drizzle. Ah, for the glory of the Gerblin Empire. We make lemon cake.
No more. Okay, sorry. I just got reminded of that. I think that person genuinely is autistic, but then it's wrong for other reasons.
Every TikTok
it is basically Chris Chan. It is TikTok Chris Chan, but for some reason it's okay now.
the creator posted featured their tics and brought awareness
I'm a Gerblin. I'm a Gerblin.
Zoom! Wow! Nursery rhymes with Tourette's. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell down. He's dead now. Bye-bye.
It's so obviously fake.
And Emerald's radical vulnerability was rewarded. Followers flocked to the creator, who appeared to be an open book. By mid-2021, Emerald had over 500,000 followers on the app. Not that the TikToker wasn't defined by their condition. The creator had many interests, including their yarn dyeing business called Stardust Fiber Studio. Although Emerald used Ticks and Roses to promote their yarn, their business mainly lived on the company Facebook page, where Emerald would post videos that gave an inside look into the dyeing process to their devoted customers. But Emerald's authenticity, the trait that gained the creator 500,000 followers, was about to come into question. Away from TikTok, suspicions about the creator were being raised on the subreddit r/TicksandRoses. It was a place for Redditors to discuss their theories, point out inconsistencies.
Oh yeah, they set up a whole TikTok to discuss this person. That is fucking GigaChad.
And compile evidence. But evidence of what exactly? We'll get to that. When the criticism reached Emerald's TikTok comment section, the creator was quick to silence their haters using a TikTok sound that sang, "I'm deleting all your comments. I'm suppressing the shit out of your free speech here because your precious little First Amendment doesn't reach here. Go cry about it on 4chan."
Oh boy.
The internet was talking, and the allegations were that Emerald had made everything up. The sudden movements, the interrupted nursery rhymes, the whole diagnosis. According to these theories, Emerald didn't have Tourette syndrome at all. But what did Reddit users know about Emerald's condition? After all, it's hard to trust the opinions of faceless profiles that claim to be experts. That was, until the allegations made their way to YouTube, a platform with more than a few creators who have Tourette syndrome. It was no longer just anonymous accounts reacting to Emerald's content, but real people with real Tourette's, and Ticks and Roses' behavior was ringing alarm bells. Having first-hand experience of Tourette syndrome, YouTuber Daps immediately clocked Emerald's tics as phony.
If this were happening to me and like I were having such severe tics while trying to package something, I would not be happy.
Daps didn't understand how Emerald's tics seemed.
That is a very common trait of these fake TikTok mental illness things. Is things which would, if you do have the condition, would be devastating and frustrating and annoying or whatever you want to call it, are like quirky. They're played off as quirky fun. But it's not quirky fun if you've got it, right? Imagine if you were just trying to do a normal task and it was and you weren't able to complete it because of uncontrollable tics, it would be fucking insufferable if you're just trying to post an envelope. But with her, it was like, oh, envelope on the head. Oh, yeah, it's so quirky. And it's the same with the fucking DiD shit.
To turn on whenever they press record on TikTok.
Tics are something that are not forced, they're just something that happens.
He also found it suspicious that Emerald's tics often seem to play off context.
Usually tics are not context specific, but it does happen sometimes. I've had cases where I like tick, what the dog doing when I see a dog? However, in every case that tics are triggered by something slightly related to the context, they are repeating. They will happen again and again. They are not going to be completely unique and fit the rhyme scheme of whatever you're reading. It just doesn't work like that.
I tell you what, okay, I'm sick of like doing it with like Tourette's. Why doesn't someone stop being a pussy and fake having Down syndrome? That'd be fucking brilliant, right? Why don't someone fake having Down syndrome or fake having an actual proper disorder instead of these bullshit ones? I mean, Tourette's pretty bad. The DiD thing, though.
Like
that's what I want to see. If they give it $2, that's what I want to see.
Another YouTuber with Tourette syndrome, Ticking Together, reacted to Emerald's video, and her response did nothing to help Emerald's case. Like Daps, she thought the comedic timing of Emerald's tics seemed rehearsed.
For me, I do have one-off tics, which means tics that will happen one time and never appear again, but they're not usually to the extreme of putting a bag on my head and saying, send me to Canada.
For a creator who was supposed to represent Tourette syndrome to Ticking Together, Emerald's content sure felt a lot like they were poking fun at people with tics.
But it feels like they're making a mockery of it and laughing at
yes! Zillion, the Zillion guy, that was brilliant.
How bizarre their tics are, when in reality they're not tics, and they're probably just thinking about things to do that are completely random that may resemble a tic.
If Emerald did have Tourette syndrome, it didn't resemble any case of the condition Ticking Together had ever seen. People were also unimpressed by Emerald's display. All of their tics are cutesy, funny.
Yes.
I don't have Tourette's, but I've seen people suffer from it. It's crazy this person made up a condition just for attention. Who does that? As someone with a family member who has Tourette's, that's terrible that someone would fake something like this. This person clearly don't have tics, but a huge need of being the center of attention. But for some people, call-outs didn't feel like enough. They wanted action. A petition was started on change.org with one mission, to remove...
Listen, I normally am against this sort of thing, as you know. But I think if you're faking having a I am completely support the absolute and complete destruction of every single person's platform who's faked having a mental illness. I think every single one of them needs to be absolutely wiped off the face of the earth. And I 100% am fully behind the destruction of their platforms. Because it's fucked up to make something, it's like a complete fucked up thing to do.
Remove Emerald's merch and account, essentially kicking them off of their platform. The petition alleged that Emerald was exploiting people with Tourette syndrome by profiting off of a condition they don't have. So far, it has received over 2,000 signatures and is steadily growing. But when it seemed like the entire internet had turned against the TikToker, Emerald had at least one friend in their corner.
It's come to my attention that one of my very dear friends, Emerald, at Ticks and Roses, is getting accused of faking Tourette's.
Yeah, exactly, Fringe. That's the point, right? Because it's not just like, you know, a bit of fun. These people are like defrauding people of money. They're like taking money off of people under false pretenses. It's totally fucked.
For clout, and he's even gotten threats of death and swatting because of it.
One of the few creators to come to Emerald's defense was a TikTok creator named Ren, and he had a message to those who bombarding Ticks and Roses with hate.
I am sorry that your life has gotten to the point where the only way that you can feel fulfilled is by harassing.
Okay, and little freaks like this, it's all part of the cycle. You get little weirdo freaks like this that defend the whole lot. These people, I despise these people with every fiber of my fucking being.
Another person. And I hope that one day you're able to find something positive and productive to do that will help you heal.
Despite the weight of the accusations against his friend, Ren chose to trust his own experience with Emerald over internet hearsay.
Really what it comes down to is I know what I've seen for the past 5 years. I don't care if you believe me or not. That's where I'm at with this.
But when Ren realized his videos wouldn't stop the backlash against his friend, he stopped making TikToks on the situation.
None of you are going to change my mind, and I know that I'm not going to change yours.
It's safe to say Wren's best efforts couldn't have stopped the storm heading Emerald's way. The evidence that had been piling up on Reddit now littered the rest of the internet, and the allegations kept coming. To many, it appeared Emerald couldn't keep track of her own lies. For example,
why do they all look like this as well? Why do they all look like this? What's that about? Why do they all look like little weird egg freaks? What the fuck is that about? They all look the same, don't they? Like they come out of a fucking a retard factory. God, fuck these people, man. Seriously.
Emerald claimed they did not have a swearing tick, but seemed to have one in a previous video.
While some people do cuss,
I mean, look! Look at the state of it.
with Tourette, that is something known as coprolalia, which only about 10% of people with Tourette's have.
Has she got fucking cancer now as well? Is she faking cancer too? Faking a chemo treatment or something?
A part of the group that does not. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. It stole his...
And remember Emerald's yarn business? According to Redditors, it was full of red flags.
Hello, and welcome to the first video from Stardust Fiber Studio. We wanted to take the time to introduce you to the faces behind the studio and tell you a little bit about ourselves.
Throughout this over 4-minute introductory video, Emerald, who couldn't seem to go through a 20-second TikTok without showing symptoms of Tourette's syndrome, did not tick at all. To Redditors, this was proof that not only were Emerald's TikTok and business separated by platform, they were also separated by persona. But was Emerald's Tourette's syndrome calculated for TikTok clout? Many Redditors believed it was. One piece of evidence they had came from Emerald's alleged Pinterest, where the TikToker pinned Tourette's symptoms, such as common tics, vocal tics, motor tics, and sensory tics.
What the fuck? Tourette's syndrome children.
Why would Emerald need a list? Wasn't the creator living the symptoms? This was a trend on the subreddit, to look outside of Emerald's home bases of their TikTok and Facebook for more clues.
Thanks for the
it would
$5.
turn into an invasive treasure hunt with no clear boundaries. On Emerald's alleged Tumblr, Reddit users discovered a new persona. In the bio, Emerald claimed they had practiced divination for approximately 20 years and was a certified life coach. And according to this 2020 online open mic, Emerald was also a poet.
When I catch you staring through the window, I want to pour the contents of your mind into a glass and drink you in.
A poet who didn't tick once throughout their performance. To Redditors, it seemed like Emerald shaped the person they were to whatever corner of the internet they were speaking to, tics and all, and they believed the creator had gotten sloppy. There were multiple instances where Emerald uploaded separate videos on the same day, one for Tics and Roses and
$230.52. What was that for?
one for their yarn dyeing business. In the videos posted to their TikTok, they would tick throughout the video, but in the videos for Stardust Fiber Studios, they wouldn't tick once. After these inconsistencies were pointed out, the videos on Stardust Fiber Studios were suddenly removed. But Emerald had their own evidence, and it came with a doctor's signature.
Oh yeah,
In May 2021, Emerald posted a TikTok that might have been the end to the rumor they were faking their tics.
So I know you've all probably seen the chaos happening on my channel, so I wanted to show a little bit of my last outpatient consultation.
In the TikTok, Emerald provided a close-up of the consultation document.
Just look at this. Past medical history: Tourette's, fibromyalgia, petit mal seizure, Huntington's disease. Apparently that bit's true, or there's a genetic predisposition to it. Vasovagal syndrome, PTSD, OCD with anxiety disorder, PTSD, second time, so bad she's got it twice, depression, anemia, ADHD, autism spectrum, migraines. History of present illness. Very pleasant 27-year-old left-handed lady. That isn't how they write about you in medical reports. They'd never say very pleasant. Why the fuck would they put that?
giving critics the perfect opportunity to pause on its contents.
I really went back and forth if I wanted to show any sort of documentation, because I didn't want to feel forced, but I also want to be totally transparent with you guys.
Unfortunately for Emerald, their effort to land the final blow only provided Redditors with more ammunition.
Oh, no.
One Redditor posted the video to the subreddit and asked their fellow Reddit users if they noticed anything strange about Emerald's consultation document. I don't know much about professional medical documents, but something seems a little fishy to me. Thoughts? The document was dissected by the comment section, and most users agreed. It seemed like Emerald had created the document themselves.
Oh, no.
Tell me you don't know what medical records look like without telling me you don't know what medical records look like. 27-year-old very pleasant lady is not how a doctor writes in a PC.
Also, like, I can't think of a situation where on like an outpatient report, a doctor's just going to list every condition that you've got. That sounds fucking insane.
I've handled and read through tons of medical documents, nursing student with 3 years of clinical exposure, and information placed in the patient's history would never include phrase that complement the patient, nor information that does not directly or even relatively affect their illness. The medical history is very vague, and the list of their diagnoses should be supported with evidence on why the doctor believes that they indeed do have that illness. Although some commenters believed they were jumping to conclusions, I review medical records as part of my job. I have seen this language in records if the doctor is older or from a different culture. I've also seen a lot of doctors use acronyms and outdated terms in records before. I'm not saying that these records are genuine or not, I just don't want people to fall into confirmation bias.
Yeah. My medical report says 27-year-old man with a humongous cock.
There was something about the logo on the top right corner that just didn't seem right to the internet investigators. It was this hunch that led to the strongest piece of evidence that the document had been forged.
Oh no.
The hospital has a different logo right now. The logo she's using is one of the first results when Googling Virginia Mason. There was a clear difference between the current logo and the logo on Emerald's consultation.
Oh no! Disaster.
A consultation that happened recently according to the date on the document. Biggest red flag, and possibly the smoking gun. Visit date 4/21/2021. This is a consultation form given after a first visit. Why are they only seeing treatment now? Emerald's TikTok comment section was equally suspicious. No hate, just curious. I went to Virginia Mason in Seattle a few weeks ago and my paper had a different logo on it. Did you go to a diff one? But the resurfacing of an old video would show Emerald really was sick. In what sense exactly, that was up for debate. Reddit uncovered a video of Emerald talking about their condition, and it wasn't Tourette's.
My name is Emerald, and I have Huntington's disease.
The video was posted in May 2019 for Huntington's Disease Awareness Month. In it, Emerald goes in depth about the brutal nature of Huntington's disease.
In its entirety, Huntington's disease can be summed up as having the symptoms of ALS, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's simultaneously.
And the symptoms they list closely reflect those associated with Tourette's.
It causes movement disorders, such as involuntary jerking.
I tell you what it is. Huntington's disease isn't as juicy, is it? Huntington's disease isn't as fucking juicy for a TikTok if she does indeed have that. So, oh well, Huntington's disease, no one knows what the fuck that is. Tourette's though, yeah, let's go.
Impaired gait and balance.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
And difficulty with speech and swallowing.
The inevitable outcome of Huntington's disease makes Emerald's diagnosis all the more devastating.
Once the symptoms begin, though, they progressively get worse over about a 10 to 25 year period before ultimately ending in death.
But Emerald had a family history of the disease and made the difficult choice to get tested against their doctor's warnings.
When I received my positive test results in July of 2016, it made me reevaluate my life. What do I want to do with the time that is given to me? What will fulfill me and give my life meaning? What is my purpose?
Although Emerald hadn't experienced the symptoms of Huntington's at that time, and likely won't experience them until they're middle-aged, their shortened lifespan forced them to see life through a new lens.
Making the time I have meaning is what matters to me.
But what were Redditors to make of this video? Emerald's Huntington's diagnosis paired with claims of Tourette's and, more recently, fibromyalgia.
Because I also have fibromyalgia. And generally if I have a really, really high pain day with that, I tend to have less tics.
To some, it seemed unbelievable. But if Emerald did have Huntington's...
So yes, I have Huntington's disease. But Huntington's disease doesn't have me.
It made their claim they had Tourette's all the more dubious. One Reddit user posted information from the CDC that stated Huntington's disease can prevent the proper diagnosis of Tourette's given the overlap in symptoms. And Reddit findings only got stranger as they continued down the rabbit hole of Emerald's past. In this Stardust Fiber Studio post one Redditor found, Emerald alluded to having a daughter. Many said Childhood Dreams was inspired by a color swatch set Emerald's daughter chose based off her unicorn Mr. Sprinkles, despite their claims that contradicted this. They claimed before that they decided not to have kids because of Huntington's. Are we to believe she wouldn't have done countless...
Yeah, Huntington's is like giga fucked. If you've got it, you're probably going to give it to your kid. Honestly, probably one of the best arguments for eugenics. I mean, case in point here, right?
How to parent with Tourette's videos? My assumption is that the husband has a child from a previous marriage. As the allegations continued, Emerald made a choice to remove themselves from the discussion. By late May 2021, Emerald had deleted their TikTok account and Redditors rejoiced. We did it, guys! Probably as a result of being outed as a faker. Good job, now they should go get some help. But others sensed this wasn't the last they'd see of the creator. What a season finale. Might not be the end of TAR just yet. I don't know, we'll see. I think their side accounts are probably still public. More likely they set it to private instead of deleting it. And maybe they were right to hold off on the confetti, because just as soon as Emerald left, they were back. Stardust Pagan Priory was Emerald's new alias on TikTok, and their new content focused on paganism and witchcraft.
Hello, and happy Pride to all
Absolutely fucking, these people are shameless.
our pagans and witches that are in the community.
Still, Emerald was adamant that they had Tourette's. I am being treated by a neurologist in Seattle, Washington, who clinically diagnosed me with Tourette's, and didn't want their viewers to see their focus on the occult as dropping the alleged Tourette's charade.
I just don't record on days that I have my tics.
That's not how Tourette's works. You don't just go, oh, well, today I'm not going to have my tics, so I can record. Let's go.
Because I was literally bullied off the internet. So I do not do awareness for Tourette's anymore, regardless of the fact that I do have a clinical diagnosis.
But the shift in content didn't stop the allegations Emerald had faked their Tourette's. It's over, Emerald. Address it. Learn from it. Nope. You no longer have a safe platform here. Do any of your magical talents include forging medical documents? But if Emerald wasn't going to address the allegations, someone else would do it for them. On May 31st, 2021, someone who claimed to be Emerald's sister released a statement on the platform that had started it all, Reddit. According to the moderators of the Tix and Roses subreddit, Emerald's alleged sister had given photographic proof of their identity. In a post titled, "Introducing Myself and the Truth," Emerald's alleged sister stated she wanted to share her perspective on the situation and address any misconceptions and misinformation. The poster claimed she grew up with Emerald, but as for recent communication with her sister, there hadn't been any. She alleged Emerald hadn't been in contact with her or their mother in years. They cut communication with us. We have tried to reach out, but they no longer wish to have contact with us, she wrote. The poster went on to address some of the rumors that had been circulating the internet. She claimed there was a history of Huntington's disease in Emerald's family. My grandpa is currently suffering from the side effects and is not doing well. It's very sad. My mother has it too, but is not yet showing symptoms, thankfully, and I have not been tested. And despite some Redditors' suspicions, the poster alleged Emerald had Huntington's too. Emerald did get tested and was positive.
I gotta be honest with you, people say AIDS is real, but when was the last time you saw like an AIDS patient in bed? You know, in the 80s, you did have it. It was real back then, but now you never see that. You know, when they're in bed like this. And obviously much thinner than me, but they're like that. All gaunt and that. You never see that anymore, do you?
For Huntington's. As for Emerald's child, one Reddit user might have been correct in their assumption, but even Emerald's sister wasn't certain. I believe the child is their partner's, but I'm not 100% sure. And Emerald's experience in life coaching that was mentioned on their alleged Tumblr, that might have been true, but probably not, according to the poster. Back when we were in communication, Emerald never mentioned anything about life coach training. That was also a while ago, so maybe it's something they have pursued since. I doubt it though. But what about the question everyone wanted answered? Did Emerald have Tourette syndrome? According to Emerald's alleged sister's allegations, Emerald may have lied. I don't believe Emerald has Tourette syndrome, and they never showed any symptoms as a child. When it came to the reason for Emerald's alleged lying, their alleged sister could only speculate. Growing up together, it wasn't abnormal for Emerald to bend the truth.
My brother is HIV positive and never took care of it. Jesus Christ, what? And now he has AIDS, Chud. I can send you photos if you'd like. Why didn't he take care of it? Hang on, in America, if you get HIV, you have to pay for the treatment, right? Or do you get special provisions? Is there some sort of like AIDS money? Do you get some sort of special AIDS money from the government?
Do have a history of fabricating stories or stretching the truth, so to speak. Still, to go this far, what was in it for Emerald?
That's
Even
wild.
Emerald's alleged sister couldn't come to a firm conclusion.
Yo, Biden, give me the AIDS money. Biden, where's the AIDS cash at? I've heard there's AIDS cash for me. Come on. I've been bug chasing for years. I thought there'd be AIDS cash available.
I don't know what their motives are. Could be anything. Attention, money, I'm not sure. Emerald's alleged sister said Emerald suffered from mental illness and, despite their damaged relationship, Emerald was loved. But none of this could excuse the possibility that Emerald was faking. She felt forced to apologize on her alleged siblings' behalf. It's incredibly disrespectful to fake a mental illness for any reason. I am extending my sincerest apology to everyone their actions have hurt, although I know it's not my apology to give. I do wish for Emerald's safety. All I ask is respect and privacy for my parents and grandparents. Although moderators of the subreddit alleged the poster had given photographic proof of their identity, we have removed the proof comment but can confirm this post is legit. This user is most likely Emerald's sister. The reaction from Redditors was oddly subdued. On one hand, many users were happy the misrepresentation had been called out. This can help so many of those who've been misled. They have done considerable harm to the Tourette's community that have caused stigma by grossly exaggerating tics and misinforming people. On the other hand, the suffering this has caused Emerald's family could not be ignored. It was something I'd find worth snarking about. Now it's just sad.
Listen, if they don't want to be bothered, maybe don't raise a fucking retard as a child. How about that, eh? Listen, if one of my kids ended up doing this and I got some shit, I'd be like, okay, well, they shouldn't have been an idiot on the internet, should they?
It must be difficult to see someone you love doing something destructive that angers others and not being able to do anything about it. I really want to wish you and the rest of your family the best with this whole situation. It sounds so horrible. Overall, the post seemed to have a sobering effect on the community. But Emerald's alleged sister wasn't the only family member setting the record straight. A commenter claiming to be Emerald's mother was also about to sound off.
Jesus.
Emerald's alleged mother explained that, despite her hesitancy to voice anything publicly, she had an issue with the way Redditors had dehumanized her family. The thing that stood out to me about this post is how you are happy you pressured to get their family to come forward and clarify. You have no idea how difficult it was for Emerald's sister to speak up. Understand that when you see someone on the internet, you see a fragment of their life, she wrote. Emerald's alleged mother said Emerald had cut them off around the time of their positive Huntington's diagnosis 5 years ago. Now, after Emerald's alleged sister felt forced to come forward, it would be all the more difficult to mend their relationship. A broken relationship that we desperately want back is now further from our grasp. Emerald's alleged mother wrote that what Emerald had done, the alleged lies they told, didn't change her desire to have a relationship with her child. Emerald could do nothing in my eyes that would make me love them less, but my heart hurts for them. My heart hurts for very obvious mental illness that I can't even help them through. But Emerald's alleged mother did have constructive feedback for Redditors on how to discuss these sensitive topics in the future. She warned them to think twice before involving a person's family in internet drama. You may be counting it as a win for you guys, who are complete strangers, but could be causing pain to others by dragging family into it. She also told Reddit users to watch the way they spoke about people who were obviously struggling. Understand that a person who does fake an illness obviously has mental illness. They are a human being, and while that doesn't excuse their behavior, they are still sick, just with something different. She said the name-calling and bullying made Reddit border on a hate page, and that she didn't feel like she owed anything to people with pitchforks and torches on a witch hunt after someone who's inside you and can be impersonated, knowing that
I don't give a shit about this.
Investigating whether someone is faking a condition can be tricky. There's no telling what someone might be going through offline.
Making the time I have meaning is what matters to me.
And from behind a keyboard, it's difficult to know how powerful your words can be.
God. Hey, I don't care. Shut up. Listen, I've used you for what I wanted you for, which is to go over that story.
Hi, I'm Faye, I'm 17 and I'm part of the Bluebell system. On my days, right. Hi, my name's Che. I'm 26. I'm 26 now, boys. I'm the primary protector of the Bluebell system. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name's Alaska. I'm 22 years old and I am the emotional protector of the Bluebell system. Nice to meet you.
My name's Scarlett. I'm 16 and I'm a trauma holder in the Bluebell system.
Okay, why do they always have to have a kid one? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Having a kid one. If they're a kid one, does that mean that they can, you know... Does that mean that they can, oh, you've been messaging a fucking 15-year-old, sexting with them. Oh, that was my alter. They're also 15, so that's fine. Okay, no problem. Well, on your way. Good luck to you.
Yo,
Thank you
name's
for that,
Indy. I'm
Jord.
19. I'm the host of the Bluebell system and I'm really, really tired today. Oh my god. Right, my name's River. I'm 27 and I'm the secondary protector of the Bluebell system. My name's River. Nice to meet you.
What the fuck? Wait, they've shaved their heads. Hang on a minute. Wait, what? What the fuck?
Hey, it's Cole again. I've also seen the question
Oh god, this one looks like me. Fuck.
floating around a lot, what is a switch? So a switch takes place when two alters basically trade places with consciousness. So right now, I'm fronting as Cole. If my primary protector Landon was to front, we would have to switch. Basically, switching who is in control of the body, who's fronting. And yes, there are definitely signs that I'm going to be switching soon. Not always, however, the majority of the time I'll start to feel very dissociated.
This is
My
fake and
thoughts will
gay.
get really fuzzy. It actually feels like my thoughts are being pulled from my head. I'll start to hear my voice and other sounds like through a tunnel, kind of like echoing. Sometimes I get really nauseous and sweaty and anxious. However, fighting a switch, which means not letting it happen naturally, can typically cause a lot more anxiety and headache.
I'm mentally stable. I have dinner at a normal hour, like 6 o'clock. Oh, I have dinner at 6 o'clock, yeah. It has to be at 6 o'clock though, like exactly at 6 o'clock, or else bad things will happen. You have dinner? I have dinner. Might be some issues later, but I have dinner.
Hey, thank you for the $5.
I would have dinner right now, but somebody ate too big of a snack earlier, so now I'm not hungry. Dinner? It's more like breakfast for me, because I woke up 10
Yeah, this is like scuffed Brittany Simon.
minutes ago. I forgot about dinner. I forgot about dinner!
This is like fake. This is bullshit. This is complete bullshit, okay? Right. If you are capturing this sort of shit to put on a TikTok, you don't have it. It literally is that simple, okay? It doesn't fucking work like this. But they just seem to get like a complete free ride. Like, no, it's crazy to me that this has just gone on and on and on, and no one really seems to be like, it's just, some people validate this shit.
The more we approve this mentally ill patients to be out and roaming and controlling what we can say and do, the worse the world is going to rot.
I'm mentally stable. I do my homework in a timely
Okay, what is this bullshit? I want to see the fucking TikTok cringe, okay? This is just fake bullshit. What's this one? Starbound Child.
Personalities, right? If you had DID, you would understand why this shit is hurtful. Also, you're not emo, so fuck off. We don't want you.
Being a male alter in a system with a non-binary host is a lot of fun. Let me tell you why. 1. See this piercing? This is new. They decided to do this last night in lieu of sleeping. And yes, they did it themselves. 2. See these nails? They did these too. Now, they look wonderful. Not my favorite. Biggest thing is, we have work in 4 hours, and I can't get them off. So my lip...
Like, it's all just played as a quirky meme, when it's not a quirky meme and it's not fun. This is like extra for so this person's obviously non-binary, which is also a bullshit thing. But then what they've done is they've added more on top because being non-binary isn't enough. They need to also have some extra fucking string to their bow of mental retardation. So they just add that on for the extra TikTok fucking clout, I guess.
Lip is in pain, my hands aren't working, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it for a while.
It's an act. It's so obviously a fucking act. Lunar system.
Hi there, my name is Cole. I currently am attempting to speak normally in 5x speed.
Thank you for the
However, I have absolutely no idea what to expect from this. I'm still putting my best foot forward. I'm trying to figure this thing out. I just got here. I heard Cole from Dissociative Identity Disorder.
Wait! It's fucking Mizkif! It's DID Mizkif! What the fuck?
Pomegranates tastes more like beets. Granites.
Dissociate. What's that?
Search up DissociaDID. She started this.
What the fuck was that?
Hi, I'm Zach. I am 12 years old.
Pedophile! Pedophile, 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 pedophile. Pedophile, 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 fucking pedophile.
I'm a middle in our system, and that basically means that, like, I'm not a little kid, but I'm not a grown-up either, or what we call bigs in our system. I'm being supervised right now because I have Landon and Lucy with me.
Oh, it's okay, little boy. I'm only 12 years old.
And Cole's with me too because social media can be dangerous for younger kids if they're not supervised. I got here and when we were 8.
You're the one that knocks. You're the danger. You're the fucking danger, you fucking nonce. Thank you for the $2.
Years old. And then I aged until I got to 11 years old. And then I stopped aging, but then this year I started aging anyway, even though I didn't decide I was gonna. Sometimes it's really cool being a middle in the system because I don't have like too much responsibility. Then other times it really sucks because like I want to do things like with the older guys, but like I'm not really quite old enough to. But yeah, hi.
Oh my god, what's that? He's a nonce. He's gotta be.
That's all. I'm Zach.
Oh, I can't do it with the older guys because I'm only 12. Oh no, what am I gonna do?
Oh, we're rabbit switching so hard right now. Okay. Hi, it's Rita.
I thought that was your voice.
I think I can stay for a while now.
Okay.
It's so fake, man.
Fuck's sake. Then when I was just switch, please. Hi, it's Judah, mostly, I think.
Are you okay?
Yeah, where are the black ones? Where the fuck are the black ones? I've never seen a black person with this fake TikTok DID bullshit. Where are the black ones? I saw a Jewish one, I think, earlier, but not a black one. I've literally never seen a black one doing this. What on earth?
I can't see very well, but yes.
Okay.
Oh. Hello.
Dissociative episode filming.
Yeah, it's not all Judah. So
No,
you can
it's
fucking
not.
tell.
That was a very Austin pose.
Yeah.
Oh, was there a mixed one? I
Austin
couldn't
tried
tell.
to switch, and then Oliver switched and freaked out, and then I switched.
Right. I'm sick of this. Who's this? Dissociated. I've got the most popular videos here. Meet my 6 alters. 1.7 million subs.
Hello everybody, my name is Chloe and this is another video by DissociaDID. DissociaDID is a channel that's dedicated to spreading awareness, education and destigmatizing dissociative identity disorder, which used to be known as multiple personality disorder. This video is a Meet the Alters mini-series video where we introduce alters. In this case, it's all the female alters in one go in short segments as much as possible because this is what our patrons voted for. Thank you so much to all our patrons for helping us shape this channel. We did one video like this before and it was for the boys, and if you wanted to see that, you can see it up here. We got a lot of comments from people saying, is this real? What is this? Dissociative identity disorder is a real disorder. It's a disorder that's formed due to childhood trauma. Essentially, it disrupts the personality from integrating fully. So instead of having one fully formed personality, a child will grow up having multiple self-states. These self-states are known as alters.
She started the entire DID meta. Did she? Really?
They develop as separate people, they'll have their own memories, their own experiences, they'll make their own decisions about life based on those memories and experiences. They may have different religions, different tastes in food, different reactions to medicine, different gender, sex, different sexualities, different preferences when it comes to food and things like that. So yes, this is a real thing and this is what our patrons asked for. So I'll start off with me. My name is Chloe. I'm the host of the Dissociative System. I use the body's legal name. That doesn't make me the original. If you want to know more about what the original...
This is bullshit though. This isn't like how... This isn't about... It's not about alters and this different person taking over and shit. But from what I understand, people that have actually got this... It's like very difficult and you have blackouts and shit like that.
Alter is, or what dissociative identity disorder is. We made a video essentially...
Like if you were to like... You wouldn't know to record a video of your new alter because you wouldn't remember what had happened because you'd have blacked it out.
Going over what most of DID is and how it forms and how we live with it. Pia, But no, my name is Chloe and I'm the host, and that just means that I'm out the most often. So I'm in control of the body the most often. I deal with daily life, generally trying to make sure that we stay safe and healthy and interacting with people. I run the channel DissociaDID. I created this channel. I run all the social medias, so unless you get a comment that specifically says it's from another alter, it will always be from me. I'm pansexual. I'm attracted to people regardless of gender. I am female. I'm cis.
And it's all cutesy, gender, all on pansexual as well. What a load of bullshit. One of my roommates had what they were saying they have, and he didn't do anything like this. He would just have total meltdowns randomly. He was generally a loser. Yes, exactly.
I was born female and I identify as being female. I enjoy writing. I enjoy learning new things. I enjoy learning about medicine and art and poetry, writing. I love learning about history. I really enjoy creative pursuits. I'm very fond of affection. I'm a very affectionate person, and I'm very passionate about raising awareness for mental illnesses, especially ones like mine, which aren't really understood very well. And that has a big impact on the way that we as people with this disorder have to live our life and the resources that are available to us. I'm very much a believer in that everybody should be treated equally, no matter where they come from or what colour your skin is, what your religious belief is, what your sexuality is. I believe that everybody should be treated equally and that everybody should have equal rights on an equal platform or...
Okay, so your fucking altar happens to be very woke. Where's the fucking racist altar? Where's the one that thinks the Holocaust was based? Where's that fucking altar then?
On a platform that benefits as many people as possible. Those are the things that I'm passionate about. I love animals, very, very, very fond of animals. Yeah, these are some of my alters.
Hello everybody, my name is Sally. A lot of you will already know me. I did a video with
Make Me the...
Wait, oh, it's lighting. It's different lighting. So she just did like different lighting and shit.
Be like this one, except in a lot more detail, and I've also switched out in other videos as well.
No, Anthony Padilla. Who's that? Does he roast them? Does he destroy them? Or does he go, oh yeah, this is actually true?
I'm sure Chloe will leave a link somewhere if you'd like to see what kind of videos I've been in and to learn more about me. But I know we're following some basic questions that were left by our patrons. My name is Sally. My role, I'm technically a protector, but I'm more of an inner caretaker. I work mostly on the inside. I used to exist primarily to soothe Chloe, especially when she was having panic attacks or major depressive episodes, and I think that helped her a lot. I really like gardening, and I spend a lot of time in the inner world looking after the children now. So a lot of what I do is
pedo!
The system, caring for the system, nurturing the system. Before Chloe took on a more maternal role in the system, I was known as like the mum of the system. I do a lot with the children. They'll either sit with me while I garden, or they'll sit on my lap in my rocking chair. I've had a go at trying to teach Omega to play the piano.
Okay, we get the gist. What's this next one?
Hello, my name's Nadia. It's nice to meet you.
This is such
Hi everybody! There have been so many switches today. It is unreal. I feel like I've actually been put on like, you know, one of those like spinning coasters.
Oh wow, on the day that you need to film all of your altars, you get all of these switches. How fucking convenient.
On like fairground rides and stuff where you're just like desperately holding onto the side. That's what I feel like right now. Hi, it's Nadia, and I haven't done a Meet the Alters video yet, and I know I need to. I know people keep saying, where's Nadia's video? Because you love me and I love you guys too. No, I haven't done one yet, and I know I need to. I know, I'm sorry. So this is like a mini one, I know, because our patrons voted for it, and we love our patrons very, very much. We love all our subscribers and followers too.
What the fuck? Look at this. What? 281 plus VAT. What? This is a fucking license to print money. The jump. Jesus Christ, that is insane.
Very, very, very much. We love you. We love you. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Please join our Patreon so we can pay our bills. I'm Nadia. I'm 17 years old. I don't age slide. I'm always 17 years old.
Thank you for the £5.
Chud plan, make a TikTok account, do this kind of content, keep it sincere as possible, get 1 million followers, then call them all spengs and leave.
This ain't what it's like. This isn't real.
Hi. So, my name is Nina. I'm an alter in the dissociative system. I am a sexual alter, which means I get to do all the things that Chloe doesn't want to do.
Let's just maybe we've been a bit guys. Maybe we've been a bit hasty. Let's just. What were those Patreon tiers again? What was the top tier? What were the rewards for that? Let's just actually interesting. What was the what were the top rewards?
Or can't handle doing. Chloe and I are both hypersexual, but sometimes things happen that even hypersexual people can't deal with. And that's my job.
Is the alter that's got the OnlyFans?
So I look after Chloe. I'm a sexual protector. I make sure that Chloe doesn't remember anything.
How old is the alter?
Unpleasant that she doesn't want to remember. And I experienced things for her that were too intense for her to deal with. So I hold a lot of sexual trauma. I'm the best built to deal with that sexual trauma. That doesn't mean that being a sexual alter who deals with sex is the only thing I am. I like to think I'm supportive. I'm not the most fantastic at calming people down, I suppose. I more enjoy the fun things, but I am a good friend. I love to give advice. I love to talk about sex. I love to dance. I really enjoy dancing.
Okay, interesting.
It doesn't have to be sexy dancing. It can be any kind of dancing. I'm female. I don't like to think about it too much. I'm an adult. I'm legal. Let's put it like that. Other than that, I like to think I'm a little bit mysterious. I like to be playful. I like to know about people. I like to discover things about people. I like to surprise people.
Wait, hang on a sec. Hang on though, right? What if you're fucking this one, right? And you're fucking having a great time in that. And then she's like, oh no, wait. I'm now only 12 years old. And you'd be like, whoa! Or if you're feeling a bit fruity, you might be like, well, I've started, so I'll finish.
I like to be a bit naughty. I get the system into trouble sometimes, or I have done in the past, but I'm a good girl now. I am much better behaved, and they thank me for it. I'm not too much of a troublemaker. I like to think I am a good person. I just have a lot of shit in my brain and a lot of shit memories. What do I think of the channel? I enjoy making comebacks. Me and Jade get on. We both have quite a sharp tongue and I enjoy putting that to use, but I'm not allowed to reply to the comments on this channel. The others think it's going to get us into trouble. I don't think it'll get us into trouble. I just like to be a bit playful. Life is boring otherwise, what's the point? Sexuality, I'm not that bothered. I don't think I've ever felt romantic attraction, so I consider myself to be aromantic. Sexually, I prefer women. And I'm very irritated that Chloe beat me to our first lesbian sex experience. That really got on my nerves. But
I'd like to hear more about that. Can we? Okay. Listen, you've had enough sex memes. No more. We're done.
Fair play to her. Anyway, I'm happy with men. I'm happy with women. I'm happy with agender, non-binary, transgender, whatever. I really don't care that much. But I do think that...
What? Hang on. Why are they all woke? Why are all of these alters woke? It doesn't make any sense. Surely one of the alters would be like, yeah, I ain't fucking a man.
Hello,
Talking about a trans woman.
This
Like
is
they would say
Chief
shit like that,
Blanket
wouldn't
and
they?
This is my Down
Maybe they'll get
syndrome
to it. They give her the $5. They're all pansexual into whatever. It's bullshit.
That women are attractive in a way that men aren't. I'm not necessarily more attractive, but I appreciate aesthetic beauty. I find it a lot more fun to flirt with women. Women are a bit more complicated when it comes to flirting, especially when it's another girl flirting with them. So I find that interesting because I like to challenge myself. I don't interact with the rest of the system that much. Me and Chloe get on like a house on fire. I do love that girl. And me and Nadia also get on because Nadia is very affectionate. She's very interested in all that.
I thought with DID you black out and you don't even remember. How the fuck are these alters interacting with each other? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Stuff. So she likes to ask questions even if they've never been put to use. I don't really know what else you want me to say. I enjoy doing makeup, but I don't do it that often. This isn't the kind of makeup I would choose to wear. If I had the choice, I would wear big cat eyes. If you've seen photos of us in the past, I was quite fond of wearing dark red lipstick.
But hang on a sec. How do you know it's a fraud? I mean, okay. What evidence, if any, is there?
Or a dark purple lipstick and very big cat eyes. In a world, my hair is very straight, very long, and very, very platinum blonde. I look almost exactly like Chloe did in university.
Fuck Chud, it's fake. I worked in a DID clinic and we had legit cases of many fakers we assessed. I read an article that was saying that all this TikTok stuff is increasing the prevalence of people trying to fake this shit.
At one point, there's a photo which looks almost exactly like me. My face is pretty similar to the body's face, if not exactly. My nose is a bit smaller and I am a bit slimmer. I have higher cheekbones. Well, not higher cheekbones, more cut. I'm taller. I'm 5'7". Almost. I don't have dark skin like Nadia, but my skin isn't as pale as the body's skin. Chloe's skin is atrociously pale, but I wouldn't say I have a golden tan. Being a sexual protector is not fun and games. It's a very unpleasant experience, and it's quite the life to live. I guess there are some good things that come with it too. I've met some very interesting people, let's put it like that. Favourite food? I like noodles. I like sushi. Favourite music? I have a playlist on Spotify that you can listen to if you like. Favourite movies? You know, I'm not sure I have a favourite movie. I find most of them quite boring. I find it difficult to sift through. Hobbies. I like to dance. I like to sing. I like to flirt.
Thank you
I
for
like
the £5. Lots of British viewers today.
learn things about people that people don't even realise they know about themselves. And then I can pull that out like a little folder. Be like, hey, I know you. People are less mean to you if they think they have a chance with you. People are more
Oh, because James McAvoy was in Split. He played the monster guy who's got all the different personalities. So that makes sense that he did some sort of documentary about it. Did they talk about the fakers?
respectful if they're attracted to you. That's what I found. So that's why I always get on a man's good side. Because if they think that they have a chance, they're going to try their best not to hurt you too much in case they ruin their chances and then they have to become a big bad wolf. Which obviously they don't want you to see. A lot of the time that happens anyway, and we have a habit of getting in too deep. I have a habit of getting in too deep. But it all comes from a place of protection. I do my very best. If I had my own body, I wouldn't be living in England. I'd be living somewhere nice, somewhere fancy.
We get the idea.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jade. I have already done 2 videos on this channel, one of which was a Meet the Alters full video. If you would like to know me in more detail, I would suggest visiting that video. I go into much more detail on my inner world life, how I came to be, my relationships with other people within the system, as well as my opinion on this channel. So yes, my name is Jade. I am a gatekeeper in the system and also one of the executive protectors. I am female. I used to...
All this terminology they're using, is that even in like the literature that does exist for this condition? The gatekeeper shit. That just sounds like shit that the TikTokers have made up.
To age. I first appeared in the system when I was 11 years old. I then continued to age and now I have stopped aging and identify as ageless. I do not believe I will age anymore, and I do not identify with a particular age. I am able to control the...
Yeah, also, listen, I know you're joking about the rape thing, but there's never, I mean, at least in Split, one guy was like a proper raper or something, but these people, that everyone's like perfectly nice. It's never like, oh yeah, hey, I'm this alter and I'm a pedophile.
Memories inside of the system. I am in charge of filing and who has access in and out of the dungeons of our inner world through the cave system. I have a lot of responsibility.
We use systems to discuss the alters as a group, but integration leads to very violent and suicidal behaviour.
Abilities within the system. Again, I would suggest, if you are interested in that, to view my...
Yeah, my understanding is if you've got this dissociative identity disorder, you are like literal schizo, and you know, switching is very traumatic. You black out, you don't remember what happened, and it like totally fucks with your life and fucks with your head, and it's very, very difficult to lead like a normal life. Like, you wouldn't be like recording these different videos and doing these edited videos with it.
Full video on the Meet the Alters series playlist. My sexuality, romantically, I identify as a lesbian. Sexually, I believe myself to be asexual. I have very little interest in that sort of thing. It takes a lot to gain my respect. In order to pursue a relationship like that, there must be a lot of respect involved, which is difficult for me because I'm not the most trusting person due to my relationship with those within the system and my job within the system, which involves keeping us as safe as possible. I'm not a trauma holder personally, but I am aware of our trauma throughout life due to my role in the system as gatekeeper and having the ability to file memories. I have access to all parts of the inner world, which is unique to me. I am the only alter in the system who can go to all parts of the inner world. I work very closely with Kyle and
back the
Chloe.
other ones.
Well, this is the most stupid thing I've had to do in a while. You do realise this is literally just talking to a camera, right? This is stupid. This is so stupid. I feel like an idiot. Hello, my name is Ruby. I am an ex-persecutor turned...
You can tell the acting. I did obviously acting when I was younger. You can. There's little things about it. You can just see where the acting's coming in. I can't act right now. I'm too. My voice. My voice. Child actor, were you raped? Wait, what? No.
Protector of the system, the DissociaDID system, apparently, as we're now called. Just a stupid name. Stupid name. I've been told I have to do this, so here I am, talking to a camera like a dick. My name is Ruby. I'm in my 30s. Not really any of your business exactly how old I am. I know people are going to be like, oh, Ruby's a dick, or Ruby's really, really rude. Honestly, I don't give a shit. You can say whatever you want about me. I'm like this for a reason, and frankly, I don't really care to change. I've done enough of that. So I used to be a persecutor. If you don't know what that is, educate yourself. Videos on the channel. Chloe will probably link one somewhere if you want to know what the hell that is. But it basically means that I was a bad alter. I used to harm the body, generally do not.
I just found this channel. It already looks like a lot of fun. See, this is the problem. It makes people think this shit is fun.
Not nice stuff. I never hurt anyone else. I never would hurt anyone else except in self-defense. I exist to keep...
To be fair, you might have had ones that are criticising it deleted, but yeah, the ones I'm quickly browsing over all agree this is right. Oh, Nadia is so bubbly. Oh, it's just like me.
The system physically safe. If somebody came to fight us or something, or we needed to physically defend ourselves because someone was like literally punching us or something like that, I'm the one who would front. I've got very high pain tolerance. I'm good at assessing I mean, I think I'm good at assessing danger. Apparently, I jump into it way too quickly, but hey, I'm getting better, all right? I'm trying my best. I'm not always, and I'm quite maternal. I enjoy playing with the littles. I don't look after them, but I enjoy, like, being around children to protect them and care for them, you know. I'm a trauma holder. I will never, ever, ever talk about the trauma I hold, or especially not on this channel. No. Thank you. No. Thank you. I'm a lesbian, butch. I have red hair. I've been told I look like
it has nothing to
red.
do with multiple personalities. It's about losing identity and dissociating. These weirdos just think it is because movies. It's so insulting to real mental illness.
Yeah, I watched a video of a woman that seemingly does have it, and she wasn't like doing all these different quirky personalities. It looked like she would just like not understand what had happened, and she'd just be like with it all of a sudden, and she'd be like, "What's?" You know, she would have no idea how she got to be there. Not like, "Oh, I'm this other personality." Also, what's this butch fucking cope? Jesus Christ.
From Orange is the New Black. I existed way before that show came out, so no, I'm not effective. And to be honest, I don't think we look that similar. We're just both a bit big and have red hair. And also, obviously, I'm not Russian. I'm strong. Someone once said I was built like a rhino. I have a scar there. I like to dress in punky clothes, lots of spikes, lots of leather. I have a collar with spikes on it. My opinion on this channel, I feel stupid talking to a camera like it's a person. I mean, like, it helped us, like, get somewhere safe. Like, I mean, if you've been watching this video, you'll have seen, like, it went from nothing, like, bare bones to a home. We moved in officially on Monday of this week, so we've not even been in here a week yet. The difference it's made. Kyle is around, and you can probably hear that. Because I was.
Have you always been this bigoted towards LGBT folks?
LGBT. Yes, I have been bigoted towards LGBT.
Wasn't going to do this on my own. I'm a physical protector. Keep the system safe, tell people to off if they are being rude or getting too close. And yes, that includes friends. If you say something that's triggering or something like that, I will tell you to back the off. Obviously, out of a sense of self-preservation, not because I'm just a douchebag. And no, I would never hurt someone else. No, I'm not a murderer. I call that bollocks, stigma. I exist to keep the system safe, and that's why I'm here. You're welcome. I don't know what else anybody else would want to say to me. I'm really keen on Dorothy, the singer, the band Dorothy, music, Dorothy, heavy music that can help get my anger out, I guess. All right, I'm bored, that's enough. I hope this is good enough for you.
Real DiD is terrifying to the person affected and those around them. Self-harm is very common and extreme. Violence is also very common. Now, I'm sure it's all very quirky and fun.
For you, Chloe. I love you, you wee Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and enjoyed meeting some of our female authors. If you would like to see our boys, we did another video which you can find out here or in the description box below. Coming soon, there will be one on our non-human authors, so you'll meet them in a separate video. Thank you so much for our patrons.
Non-human alters. Okay. Well, is there a video of like real? There's one I watched ages ago.
DiD, flushed face. DiD.
Thank you for the. I want to see like a video crushing these people.
Hey, Deserved listeners, a lot of you have been asking me to talk about the new trend on TikTok in which people are talking about their dissociative identity disorder symptoms or multiple personality disorder symptoms. A lot of people are thinking that these people are faking it, so let's get to it. Kim wrote in and emailed the following and summarizes it pretty well. Would you be willing to talk about the recent trend of people faking dissociative identity disorder on TikTok?
Here we go.
DID, or dissociative identity disorder. DID awareness has increased over the past few years, and along with it, there has been a trend developing where people, mostly teenagers, are faking DID on TikTok. A year ago, I believed in DID,
Thank you very much,
but
Robin
after
Allen.
seeing all these fakers on TikTok and the arguments presented by other psychologists who don't believe it's a real disorder, I'm convinced that they are all faking or have been brainwashed by the same mechanisms used by harmful psychologists during the Satanic Panic era to implant their patients with memories and experiences. These people on TikTok are pretending that they are people of color. They pretend they are fairies. They pretend they are 1,000-year-old wizards. Additionally, these people on TikTok will use fictives, usually cartoon or anime characters, as part of their other personalities, or factives, which are real people. And I feel this is damaging, especially to the real people the factives are based on. Namely, Bo Burnham has many people claiming they literally are him, and when speaking to these people, you must address them as Bo Burnham. A few influencers have already spoken out and asked people to please stop posing as them online. Would you please be willing to speak about this trend? Yeah, so first off, dissociative identity disorder is real. It is absolutely real. I could talk about all the research. I could have guests on the show, and I have had. I had one guest on the show, and you can listen to it. It was an episode from 2019, and you can find it on our website, and you can also find it on YouTube. It's called Her Story of Erotic Transference and Dissociative Identity Disorder. It's a wonderful interview, and you really get a sense for dissociative identity disorder in that interview. But I've done other episodes. I've done some deep dives available to oldie patrons. Again, you can go to the website and search for those. And if you become a patron, you get access to those. All the trauma experts and dissociation experts that I know of absolutely will state and find that dissociative identity disorder is real. It isn't something that is completely all faked. Now, having said that, it can be faked, and it has been faked in the past, sometimes famously, like Sybil, the book and the movie in the 70s, talks about a case, or it was revealed to be a fraud. And it continues to be faked. In fact, one study found that 10% of patients claiming to have DID were indeed faking it. Usually by overdoing their symptoms, it was clear that they were faking.
So, I mean, that's 10% like interacting with psychologists, right? I mean, imagine like online, you don't need any medical anything. You can just go online and say you've got it. Like there's literally nothing that can stop you, you know?
Yeah. Usually when people are faking it, they're trying to get out of a crime. They're trying to manipulate people in some way, trying to get attention or something. However, another set of studies have found that it's actually difficult to determine the difference between someone who's faking it and someone who legitimately has DID. So we have to take that into consideration. So regarding whether or not it's a real thing or not, again, take it from me and take it from all the experts. When we talk with people, and I'll get more into it later, it's really clear that it's real. Most people, in fact, everyone that I've talked to that presents with DID.
Come on, just get to the fucking TikToks. I don't give a shit about your opinion. Respond to the TikToks. Okay, I'm just going to let
They're
it
not
play.
getting anything out of it. In fact, they're getting a lot of negative things out of it. Stigmatization, demoralization, just a lot of things that you wouldn't want. The idea that somehow faking that you had a mental disorder, somehow you have a net gain, that usually isn't the case. The other thing to think about is, how do we know any of the disorders are real? And even taking it further, how do I know emotions are real? So, for example, when someone is sad and they tell me that they're sad, how do I know they're not faking that they are sad? I can't know. I just have to take their word for it. I might see certain markers, so certain things might cohere. They might be crying. They might typically not be lying to me, or there's not a lot of evidence of them lying to me. But I'll never know. There's no blood test for sadness. I don't know. I just have to take their word for it. The same with depression. If someone suffers from major depressive disorder, I have to take their word for it. Could they fake it? Absolutely, you could fake major depressive disorder, and some people do. The same goes for dissociative identity disorder. There's no way to really know if someone has it. You can't take a blood test for it. There's no biological marker of it. But take it from me, the experts who actually will treat this, they absolutely believe that it is a real thing, as with all the other disorders in the DSM. And they also recognize that some people will fake it. And the experts that I know are pretty good at detecting when it is fake. There's usually ulterior motives that people will present, like they're trying to get out of a crime or something. And then we start actually trying to make sure that they're not lying about it. But it'd be very, very strange for a patient to come in. And the other thing I'll talk about is when people present in our office who have dissociative identity disorder, they almost never present with DID. They almost never say, I have DID. Usually they present with depression, or their relationships are falling apart, or they're suicidal, or they're having lapses in memory and they can't figure out why. And then we start the interview and we start talking about it, and then we figure out, oh, there's these different alters. A lot of people come into treatment, they don't even know the other alters exist, or one of the alters that commonly will front the personality isn't fully conscious of the fact. They kind of know there's other alters, but they don't really know. And some people are very terrified of it. So the other thing that you talked about in your email is that it was, there's a history in our profession of occasionally we will induce things in our patients, meaning that we will influence them, brainwash them in a sense, to believe certain things, like they were sexually abused. There's a lot of famous cases in the past. And that happens sometimes. And psychologists, clinicians can also induce dissociative identity disorder in a client. They wouldn't actually the patient wouldn't actually possess DID, but they would act like they did have it, and then the client and therapist would just brainwash themselves into believing that it's there. And that happens. But a lot of other disorders are also induced. So just because DID has been induced, just because DID has been faked, doesn't mean they all are fake or they all are induced. And frankly, when lay people claim that it's always fake, they are harming people with actual disorders here. To say that it's all fake, it's all a conspiracy, it's all just trying to get attention, there's enough stigma out there already. We don't need to add to it. Now, can it be faked? Is it faked? Yes. But is it all fake? No. Now, it might be good if I talk about dissociation in general for a second. When we are young, when we're children, 0 to 6 or something, we have an innate mechanism available to us, apparently, to help us cope with trauma and with fear. So when you expose a 0 to 5-year-old child to chronic and intense fear through abuse or chaos or war or something, and the child is experiencing this chronic terror, sometimes at the hands of their parents, then there's this mechanism available.
It seems like he's more concerned about,
because your body...
He's more concerned about, like, oh, we don't want to stigmatize it. And it's like, bro, have you seen fucking TikTok? I know this was like a year ago. I don't give a shit about stigmatizing it when you got a bunch of freaks on TikTok that are doing crazy shit. Like, what you want about? These people on TikTok had nothing to do with it being real at all.
Thinks that you're about to experience a lot of abuse when in fact you're actually not going to experience that. And this can be extremely distressful for people. It is not fun. The way that people talk, when people are saying, oh, they're all faking it, I get the impression that people think that dissociative identity disorder is a fun experience. It is not a fun experience, to the point where research shows that 70% of those people diagnosed with DID have attempted or completed suicide in the past. Attempted or completed suicide. 70%. That's a lot of people. So there's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And it kind of makes sense when you think about what it's like to have DID, particularly before you get treatment. You have memory problems, meaning that you'll have whole blocks, maybe even weeks, where you don't even remember what happened because a different alter was fronting. Obviously, you have trauma reactivity that is not necessarily connected to your dissociative identity disorder because you were traumatized growing up, a lot of complex trauma, self-hatred, fragmented self states. Imagine that. Imagine that part of yourself, part of who you are.
I'm a neuropsychologist master's with DID since childhood, and I've never seen a TikToker advertising DID that actually has it. I had no see, this is what I've heard about it. I had no clue about my alter until I started waking up in unknown towns with days missing. That's what I've heard. You have these blackouts and then you just all of a sudden are conscious and you've got no fucking clue what's happened, how you've got where you are. And you certainly aren't going to have a quirky video about it and be like, hey guys, I just had a blackout for days. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I feel suicidal. Let's make a TikTok about it.
Is actually fragmented and not available to you right now. That's a terrifying thing before you get treatment and you start actually getting to know the alters better. Some alters actually will conflict and will push in different direction. One wants to do this thing, the other one wants to do that thing. One wants to buy a new car, the other one says we can't afford it. And then when the one who wants to buy a new car is fronting, they buy a new car, and then the other alters have to deal with, crap, we just bought a new car, we don't want to buy that. Now we have to take it back. So that can be extremely difficult. It's a feeling of,
oh my God, this guy's so boring. Why can't he just do it where he reacts to the TikToks and goes, yeah, that's bullshit. It wouldn't happen like that.
Being completely out of control and your brain just isn't working right. It's very, very distressing. And so when people act like, oh, they're just acting like they have DID and it's all fun and
guys, are you retarded? I'm not going to go to someone's live stream and start fucking hassling them in their live stream about this. Are you literally fucking brain dead?
Games. It is not. It is extremely painful, extremely distressing, to the point where a lot of people, most, think and attempt suicide. The prevalence is about somewhere between 1 and 2% in the United States, which means that it's extremely one of the more rare disorders in the DSM. Now, in therapy, in the past, what we were looking for we were trying to integrate all of the alters so that we would have one full self that never switched between different alters or personalities. But we learned over time that that is extremely difficult to attain. And to try that actually can harm people. So we might try that a little bit, play around with it a little bit, but usually we switch to a different treatment goal, which is to do the following. One, we want to help the person become a...
Chud, weren't you the guy crying about a healthy gamer being unprofessional? Now you want this guy to bully kids on TikTok? Yes, exactly. Oh, of course, yeah, that makes sense. So wait, hang on a sec. If this guy brought up a TikTok and started mocking it, would he get in trouble?
Trying to keep his job. His peers would revoke his license.
Nah, fuck it, I'm bored. Let's watch this.
Dissociative Identity Disorder, once called multiple personality disorder, is a disorder in which a person alternates between one or more alternate personalities that function with separate memory and awareness and adapt with amnesia
Where's
between
that
them.
fucking woman?
The first detailed account of DID can be traced. Thank you so much for coming out and teaching me about the wondrous world of dissociative identity disorder.
And to me, there's so much to learn.
What do you consider yourself? Someone with dissociative identity disorder? Someone with multiple alters?
Yeah, just someone with DID.
We identify as we, and we identify as multiple. Sometimes we say we have DID, sometimes we say we're plural.
Already, this video's already paying dividends, isn't it? What the fuck is this?
But multiple is the main word that we use.
I consider myself being part of a DID system. So you could say somebody with dissociative identity disorder, or if you wanted to refer to us collectively, it would be saying that I'm part of a system of alters.
Can you explain what having DID entails?
Yeah, so having DID means that as a child, your personality was unable to fully develop into one singular personality. Everybody as a child starts off with an unintegrated personality, and around the ages of between 7 to 9 in normal development. But if there is repeated or severe trauma before that age, then the brain can say, whoa, I can't deal with this. This cannot be my life, and we would not be able to survive if I was aware of this. So this trauma, along with the ability to dissociate to a high level and having disorganized attachments to your primary caregivers, prevents one personality from fully integrating, because the amnesia that goes up to keep that trauma away. And that's why if you have DID, you have multiple personalities rather than one singular one.
For us, like when we first started figuring it out, someone who thought they were the only person for like a long time, right? Like as most people think, oh, I'm just the only person in this body.
That's what people would identify with normal.
Right. They're like, yeah, of course, there's only one person, right? And you start to think like, what could this be? Am am I possessed? Am
Whoa,
I like?
You thought you were possessed?
Like, I didn't think I was possessed, but I definitely wasn't going to talk about it with anyone in case I maybe was possessed.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want people to know if that's true.
Yeah. I actually Googled spirit possession when it got really strong.
Whoa.
Yeah. Fortunately, this was like 2012.
Yeah.
There was some article that was like spirit possession
Bring back exorcism. I mean, yeah, I completely agree.
versus dissociative identity disorder. And I was like looking at that, and then I went to a therapist, and they were like, "Yep."
Were you stoked that you were not possessed by a spirit?
I don't know.
Do you feel comfortable saying how many alters you have?
At the last count, which was actually about 2 weeks ago, I had 22, I think.
22.
We're 9 people living in one body. So we went from 3 to 9 over like 7 years.
I have 16, so there's 17 of us total, ranging from age 4 to eternal.
Eternal?
Eternal! She's
The eternal thing is, what is that? That's such bullshit made up nonsense. What? Why would you have an eternal altar?
really cool.
Whoa!
She's really, really cool.
Whoa, do you show her frequently?
She fronts occasionally. She's the caretaker, so she takes care of the littles in our heads, and then occasionally she'll come out to take care of me if I'm not doing so well.
The Chud Noir altar is eternal.
She kind of fronts in the sidelines and behind the scenes more.
First off, do you prefer to be referred to as single or plural?
Well, it depends.
Wait, is this?
This YouTuber was once one of the biggest names.
No, that's not her. Where's the expose on this fucking person? I want to watch the expose on DissociaDID or whatever the fuck her name is.
Who you're talking to. If you're talking about me, as in me, the person sat in front of you, talking to you with my personality, then it's me, one person as an in. But if I was, let's say, co-con, so there was more than one person essentially in the driving seat, then it would be we, more than one person.
How might a normal day be different for you?
Who wants to answer this question?
Yeah,
so this is Z. So it was like a combination of Ali and Eliza talking before.
Oh, okay.
We can kind of blend sometimes. So
what happens if one of the alters likes fucking a dog? Is that your movie sucks? Come on. That is fucking outrageous. Come on, you can't be saying shit like that. That is well out of order. What is it? Dissociate. What the fuck is that person's name? God, my voice is... Why is she live now talking about this shit? That's wild. DISS. God, she has got like insane SEO shit. Look. Demon Altar. What? How is this coming up so high?
Hello everyone, my name is Michelle, and today I'm going to just make a quick video regarding my last video, just answering a few more questions, a bit more detail about the research that I came up with, and also a bit of an explanation because at the time I was pretty certain that this was fact, and I still am pretty certain, but I do understand that other people have very real opinions, and that is valid. That being said, I would like to do a trigger warning really quickly for any dissociated fans. I just ask that you please do your research, watch the video first instead of just giving an uneducated answer that doesn't really make sense. I feel that I would never accuse someone unless I truly believed that I had evidence. So I did do a little bit of a search of dissociated on Pinterest, and I found a few funny pictures, and these are totally public.
Never send
No
a woman
hate
to do a man's job. Where's the fucking men breaking this shit down? What the fuck? I feel like this is something that's rife for being called out and looked into, but no one seems to be doing it. It's crazy. Am I crazy, or does it feel like a lot of these people just get by saying this shit and no one does anything to deal with it? I don't know. This is the one with the most views, so I guess we're just going to stick with it.
DID. Also, I'm not a troll. This is something I genuinely care about, and no, I'm not doing it for clout. I only upload things when I have interest in them, and recently, that is sort of my concern at the moment with the stigma and harm that she is causing on the dissociative disorders community. However, there is one point in the quote-unquote fake claim. All of this is complete speculation. None of it is proof, evidence of anything. But nevertheless, I just thought they were...
I just got bait. It's just,
the topic is
only 8
dissociated,
minutes.
so insert pictures of dissociated. The first thing I wanted to say is that I feel that this is sort of healthy skepticism. I feel that I am probably the most gullible person in the world, and there is a point where it sort of isn't fake claiming if there's sort of evidence that they are indeed faking, if you know what I mean. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about the elephant in the room, the evidence that I was able to find.
Here we go.
Basically, statistically, it would be insane crazy for all of this to be so accurate, even if Dissociated was a victim of RA. So the coincidence is here but not limited to the carousel with the red doors, the different endorment altars, demon, the mainframe, all of that programming.
What is this?
The gemstones, gatekeeper who lives in a cave, the dungeons. So here are some direct quotes from the book that I felt were pretty spot on to Dissociated's system. The use of anger is seen in a number of areas of programming. The gatekeeper altars will be depressed and angry altars. Gatekeeper altars will also be found guarding important sections like the carousel and castle. Red doors and gatekeeper altars are often very melancholic. As far as everything else, I believe they are in the other book, They Weren't Butterflies, where Omega is talked about. If you are aware of Dissociated's content, you...
What are we watching? This is the most viewed video on this topic. Why is there a lizard? Why is there a fucking lizard? Bro, why is there a lizard?
You may know that she has an altar named Omega that came to be when she had a suicide attempt in college, and basically Omega means suicide programming, and it's just a crazy coincidence to me that how she would even know what that means unless she had copied it. What? So moving on from fact to more speculation, there is...
God, these are the enemies that this person's got, is some schizo talking about lizards.
A video with Bobo and Co. where Dissociated is with Team Pinata, and they're talking about when they first heard about DID being a disorder, and Dissociated is like, oh, when I first found out about it, I got super interested in it, and I did a whole bunch of research. To me, that's sort of a red flag, because it's like, what? What? You know, another thing is that there has been evidence of, in the past, people in DID forums felt like they were sort of being attacked and over-asked questions about their inner world, specifically about sort of dungeons and that area by Dissociated, and that's usually sort of something that people don't want to talk about because it's very traumatic.
No, oh, right, okay, sorry, I misunderstood, my bad. She's not explaining it very well, woman moment. She's saying they're copying from the book that has the lizards and demons schizo shit. Altars are from a book. What? I just not understand it.
Altars, demon, the mainframe, all of that programming, the gemstones, gatekeeper who lives in a cave, the dungeons. So here are some direct quotes from the book that I felt were pretty spot on to Dissociated's system. The use of anger is seen in a number of areas of programming. The gatekeeper altars will be depressed and angry altars. Gatekeeper altars will also be found guarding important sections like the carousel and castle. Red doors and gatekeeper altars are often very melancholic. As far as everything else, I believe they are in the other book.
Okay, this is too big brain for me. I don't understand it. I clearly don't understand it. Is there a video of a doctor actually reacted to TikTokers, or is that just against the law? No, I'm not stoned. Oh my god, listen. Go back to drama, Chud. Something more on your level. I mean, listen, this DID fake stuff is perfectly on my level. It's just that video was a bit fucking confusing the way it was being presented. Go to your local GP and get them to react. Stop telling me to go to someone's chat. Are you fucking retarded? I can't go to someone's chat and start fucking bothering them whilst I'm live, you absolute fucking retards. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm in no condition to speak to anyone at the moment. My priests confirm they're real.